Very well known, isn't it? Once I was lost, but now I'm found. And Jesus was the good shepherd which looked for the lost sheep. And I was blind, but now I see. And you may remember that there are accounts of Jesus healing blind people in the Gospels. That's what it's like to be forgiven by God, to be once again able to consider that we are His most loved children. Because we have been found, we have sight of the greatness of God. So we have no need to worry. But the story that we have today nevertheless seems rather challenging. Let me read it to you. Then Peter came to Jesus and asked, "Lord, how many times shall I forgive my brother or sister who sins against me? Up to 7 times?" Jesus answered, "I tell you, not 7 times, but 77 times. Therefore, the kingdom of heaven is like a king who wanted to settle accounts with his servants. As he began the settlement, the man who owed him 10,000 bags of gold was brought to him. Since he wasn't able to pay, the master ordered that he and his wife and his children and all that he had be sold towards the repayment of the debt. At this the servant fell on his knees before him. "Be patient with me," he begged, "and I will pay back everything." The servant's master took pity on him, cancelled the debt, and let him go. But when that servant went out, he found one of his fellow servants who owed him 100 silver coins. He grabbed him and began to choke him. "Pay back what you owe me," he demanded. His fellow servant fell to his knees and begged him, "Be patient with me, and I will pay it back." But he refused. Instead, he went off and had the man thrown into prison until he could pay the debt. When the other servants saw what had happened, they were outraged and went and told their master everything that had happened. Then the master called the servant in. "You wicked servant," he said, "I cancelled all that debt of yours because you begged me to. Shouldn't you have had mercy on your fellow servant just as I had on you?" In anger, his master handed him over to the jailers to be tortured until he should pay back all he owed. This is how my heavenly Father will treat each of you unless you forgive your brother or sister from your heart. Well, that's what the Gospel has recorded. But I somehow don't think that Jesus was really deeply concerned about God punishing us. I don't think that was the main thing he was talking about at all. I think what he was talking about was how much God forgives us. And the servant's debt was bigger than anything you could calculate. And also how important it is that we pass on the forgiveness that we've received to others, because it blesses them. We are blessed, we are known to be loved, we know ourselves to be loved, but also we can help others to know too that they are loved. It's something, it's a part of the Christian mathematics, isn't it? That what we get, we give away, and somehow it multiplies. And it's very important to hold on to that. So, it's easy to say, but it's difficult to do, because life is complicated, and especially relationships are difficult. Nobody pretends that they're easy. Here's a song just to shift the gear a bit. The one I love belongs to somebody else. Doris Day, I think it is, singing.